brilliant move. But then look at this. Jensen Chalk goes to the inside. There's a gap there. And took it on the line. Right, Honda Cadets, second heat for them. Let's have a look at their grid for this next race. And it's going to be Jensen Huki on pole position again alongside Jarrett Clark, who's been in great form so far this weekend here at Shenington. Jaden Sherwood and Christian Stefanov are on row 2. Kasper Tomilewski and Martin Wright are on row number 3. Jacob Anslow and Jacob Giblett-Lee are on row 4. Finley Lines and Oliver Meek wrap out the top 10. Frankie Smedley's looking for a better result in this one, was running high up in the top 10 before an incident in heat number 1. Starts this race from 11th. Tyler Lee is alongside on that 6th row of the grid. Felix Freeman and Ethan Bath are on row number 7. And then it's Theo Champney and Brendan James on row 8. Tyler Davis and Finley Fishburne are on row 9. Emily Ackett and Larry Price are on row 10. Joshua Jarvis and Jack Balding are on row 12. Felix Smedley, the other Smedley, is on row 12 alongside Jensen O'Neill going. And Oscar Tumulty, should mention, we've not seen Oscar out on circuit today, so I'd be pleasantly surprised if we see that car out on circuit. Here we go then. Away we go for 8 minutes plus 1 lap here in Honda Cadet. 3 wide as we go into Cafe Corner. Looks like the number 55 of Jarrett Clark has got the lead off, and there's a spinner towards the back of the field. He's got going again now, but Jarrett Clark will lead down into turn into the Stratford hairpin. So as I say, there was one driver off towards the back there in a spot of bother. We'll try and find out who that was in due course. But apart from that, everything clean as we go through this first lap. Jarrett Clark, winner of the final yesterday. Looking good at the moment over start finish. Leads at the end of lap number 1. The rest of the field filing through. It's number 33 just behind. It's Jensen Huki in second place. Jaden Sherwood following as well in the number 4. Look out for Martin Wright as well, was strong in the first race. Kasper Tomilewski. Now, we didn't see much of Kasper in heat number 1. He had an incident early on in the race. Your championship leader by 5 points ahead of Martin Wright by my calculations at this stage of proceedings. What can he do here? He needs a big run in this one. It's not been a good weekend so far for Tomilewski, with results of 6th and 21st in the heats. Oh, round is Jarrett Clark. He's saved it, but he's going to lose a lot of positions there, and there's contact towards the back of the field as well, and hopefully everybody will avoid that. Don't know if we can get a replay of what happened there to Jarrett Clark and whether he was tipped into that, but at the front, here comes Kasper Tomilewski trying to go for second place. He's going to take second place away from Jensen Huki, but it's Martin Wright, I think, who's got out ahead of all of this. Yes, he has. Jaden Sherwood's been shuffled back a few positions as Tomilewski goes to the inside. So just as we were saying that Tomilewski needed a result, results of 6th, 21st, 9th and 10th so far this weekend. Across 1 1/3 rounds so far of this season. Tomilewski is now up at the front of this field. Winner of round 2 at Wilton Mill a few weeks back. What was a very strong weekend at Wilton Mill. Only had 1 race out of 6 off the podium, but here comes Martin Wright again, trying to go to the inside of Kasper Tomilewski through Park Bend, and takes it. Takes the lead away from the number 20, and Jaden Sherwood fighting back. Slips in there to 3rd place ahead of Jensen Huki as they go through Cafe Curve. 5 minutes of this one to go. Tomilewski back down the inside of Wright, who leaves the door open and needs to be careful that he doesn't lose more positions, because here comes Jensen Huki, who's got past Jaden Sherwood, and Christian Stefanov is on the scene as well in the number 27. Frankie Smedley not too far behind as well in the number 10. And there are a couple of drivers off the back of the field, unfortunately. Jacob Giblett-Lee, the O-plate holder, is one of them. Oliver Meek and Felix Smedley as well, but still running. As fighting through, is that the number 55? Yes, it's Jarrett Clark. So Jarrett Clark on the comeback drive here after the half spin a few laps ago. We know he's got pace here this weekend. Has he got enough pace to fight his way back up to the front. He's got a good amount of time to do so. He's back up to 5th place. Tomilewski surely will go defensive on the run down into the hairpin. Does so. Martin Wright's going to have to go the long way round. Tomilewski controls that well. That was really good. That was very good to stop any kind of switchback by Martin Wright there. Is this a champion's drive incoming? Jaden Sherwood trying to fight through. Behind him is still Jarrett Clark, and there's a lane underneath, and poor old Jensen Hook thinks getting forced out wide there. No, he's going to dive back down the inside. It's getting very physical out there. There's a yellow flag being waved on the run into Wilkins Complex, so I think someone might have had a bit of a spin there. And I think it's Felix Medley again. Felix Medley falling down the order, has fallen down to 11th. We got a little bit caught out there. Still at the front though, Tomilewski and Wright, 1 and 2 in the race, 1 and 2 in the championship. And again, Tomilewski goes defensive to the inside, controls it well, but this time Martin Wright gets a run, and they're going to be side by side. 5 points between them in the championship, and not a lot out there on circuit, and through goes Martin Wright. Key move, 2-point swing potentially in this championship. No drop scores. It really has produced a very different feel to this championship this year. Tomilewski goes back down the inside. The records will say that there wasn't a lead change on that lap. If you were watching though, you'll very much know that there was, and this really is a tight race with so much at stake. The Super 1 Honda Cadets title. Down into the hairpin again. Tomilewski will go defensive, but this is where he needs to control that undercut, that switchback that Martin Wright likes to do, and he's done so. But in doing so, look who's back on the scene. Jensen Hookey is right there again in 3rd place. And it's still very, very close. Jaden Sherwood and Jarrett Clark, those 2 Ambition Motorsport liveried carts there. Jarrett Clark won our final yesterday. Play out the interview with him later on. Contact warning for the number 4. Christian Stefanov having a nice run here as well. There in 6th place. .90 seconds of this one to go. Change for the lead again. Martin Wright to the front, but he's going to leave the door open there, and that's just going to allow Tomilewski and more to come down the inside. Was that a mistake from Martin Wright? Because Hookey's through. Sherwood's looking for the inside now as well. Well, I've got to admit, that was a little bit strange from Martin Wright to leave the door open. He's still in the mix. I'm not sure he would have wanted to do that. That was chance where he really needed to defend. Keep an eye on Christian Stefanov here, because he's still there in 6th place. 2 laps of this one to go. Side by side, number 4 and number 55. Sherwood and Clark going at it there for 4th place. Tomilewski back in front then. He knows what to do here, keep it defensive. He's able just to come out wide a little bit though to take a better racing line. Through the Bruno chicane they go. Still so close out there on circuit. As we say, with so much at stake, Martin Wright has a little look down the inside, and through into 3rd place goes Jarrett Clark. So Jarrett Clark is putting himself in a position here. Time has expired. Here's the final lap then. Final lap board is out for the leaders. What a race this has been so far, not just in terms of a close battle out front, but championship permutations. You've had the drive back through from Jarrett Clark. Tomilewski goes defensive again, holds onto it. Bit of a hop across the curb there for Jarrett Clark and Jaden Sherwood, and Clark's a little bit vulnerable as here comes Christian Stefanovs looking to move down the inside, but stays in 6th place for now. Kasper Tomilewski, this is it, on the line ahead of the final. He's had to work really, really hard for this. Will surely go defensive, lock it down. But we've seen it be a drag race off the final corner in previous classes. What's it going to be? It's very, very tight on the line. Tomalewski is going to surely take the win. Yes, on the line by 0.04. And how big in the context of this championship could that be? Tomalewski takes his first win since heat number 2 at Wilton Mill. His first win of the weekend, just at the right time. We said we needed a fight back from him.